Hello everyone, welcome to Fight Radio for the latest combat sport news and update. Let's begin with Ciryl Gane. MMA is rising like bolt speed, resulting the 2024 Olympics granting huge respect to MMA. Former UFC interim heavyweight champion Ciryl Gane is going to be an Olympic torchbearer. The 2024 Olympic Games are happening in this summer in Paris. As per tradition, the Olympic flame will go on relay through the host nation country in the lead up to the opening ceremony. As the UFC top French fighter, Ciryl Gane has been selected to serve as one of the torchbearers for the relay. Each person will carry the Olympic flame, an average 200 meter. Gane will serve as torchbearer during 24th leg. It's a huge respect that Olympic gave to the MMA. He wrote on the Instagram, proud to carry the flame, hoping to see MMA as an Olympic event one day. UFC President Dana White promised to MMA fans that he will deliver an incredible, fabulous and mesmerizing event at MSG Sphere in Las Vegas. Dana White told to reporter on Saturday night that the promotion has already booked the MSG Sphere for UFC 206 in September 14, 2024. There has not yet been a combat sport event in the building. He also said that this will be the only event UFC will host there.
Dana, quick question. Mark Shapiro said earlier this week that the Sphere would be a one-and-done thing. Was that always the plan, or has it been one of those things that, as you guys have gotten into the planning and how complex it is, that's just kind of developed into?
I went to U2 at the Sphere. Halfway through the show, I was like, I gotta fucking do this. Left, called my head of production and said, get ready, you and your guys are going to U2 next weekend. I want you guys to go to the show. We're doing the Sphere. And the timing worked out perfectly because I ended up in a beef with the guys we're with now. And in that beef, I walked out with the Sphere, able to do it because we're under contract. I couldn't just go do the Sphere. I'm telling you guys right now, we just went through the storyboards 2 days ago on this thing. This is going to be the sickest live event in combat sports that anybody has ever seen, and it will never be done again. This will be a one and done, just because I want to do it. And everybody, when I said I wanted to do this, was like, how are you going to do a fight in there? It's too hard. It's too this, too that, and that's the kind of stuff I love. We've already spent a shitload of money on this thing. Nobody will ever be able to pull this off again because nobody would spend the money to do it. Nobody's going to spend the money to do what I'm doing over there right now. And as it gets closer, I'll lay this thing out for you guys. I'm telling you, this is going to be so badass. I'm super excited about it. Let me put it to you this way. When we were going through the storyboards, I was getting goosebumps. All right? Imagine when it's actually happening. And wait till you see the people that I brought together to pull this thing off. And as we get closer, I'll let you guys know. But yeah. This is going to be something special. This is going to be a fucking masterpiece, man. This is going to be I'm telling you right now, and this will be a fact. This is a fact. This will never be done again. You know what's going to happen when I do this event at the Sphere? Every other event that goes in there is going to go, mother. What do we do now? How do we even come close to competing with this? We're going to blow the doors off anything that ever goes into that arena again. I can guarantee it.
Former interim welterweight champion Colby Covington is all set to make his return to the octagon. If you follow MMA news, you already know that Ian Gary is constantly calling out Colby Covington on social media and in different sport media. Despite of several calls out from Ian Gary, Colby Covington has now moved on from unbeaten Irish and is ready for the new interesting challenge. Colby Covington recently appeared on the Submission Radio show, and surprisingly he calls out former lightweight champion Charles Oliveira. Many fans are saying a fight against Oliveira is way more interesting than facing Ian Gary.
Dana and Hunter, they've been very gracious with me. They let me get healthy. They don't want to rush me out there at anything less than 100% because, we want to give the business and the company and the fans the biggest and best show possible. So we can only do that when I'm 100%. So, we're just working through this injury, and they said, just like they told me a million times that, you've done such good business for this company, you get to call the shots. So I'll call the shots of who I want to fight, when I want to fight, and we'll make the biggest and best fight happen. I want legacy fights. I think a guy like Charles Oliveira makes sense. He was out there saying the other day that he wants to come up to welterweight. So I'm the king of Brazil, man. Everybody knows I run that country. So all the women, love me. All the men in Brazil want to be like me. So Charles Oliveira, you want this fight? You want to really come up to welterweight and you want big fights? Let's see if you're about it or if you just talk. Or you want to come up here and walk the walk. Let's see.
And you got the fuck on the same. Never mind. But my issue is, he looks like a little boy now. Now you've been headbutted and splatted, you look like a little boy. You come here, headbutted and splatted, and now he looks like a little boy. How have you cut yourself like that?